Hello gainers, I'm Ralphie and welcome to my channel called Fitter Philosophy, and at this moment in time I'm just doing a mini series regarding intermittent fasting, which is something that I'm getting more experience of because I find that it really works for me in losing weight. And one of the reasons that I've gone for intermittent fasting is that the more I research it, the more I find that it's just useful to give your digestive system a rest. It's just a general tonic for the body, just to discipline oneself, to break the consumption habits of 3 meals a day plus snacks that we are encouraged to have by the societies in which we live because it makes money for big business. Simple as that. And it's a full day fast is what we're really aiming at. And the best way to start is by having a smaller half day fast, just to get the experience of not eating anything for half a day. And also importantly, seeing how your body reacts, because we all react differently because we are different people. And I'm preparing for a fitness model photo shoot at the moment at the local gym. So to have an objective and a tangible goal is really useful in helping me to set the level of exercises and the time that I'm exercising. And importantly, just eating more sensibly, cutting out the snacks. Now that's the easy bit. But there comes a point where you lose initially a little bit of weight and then it stalls. But you're still carrying surplus body fat. For me, it's particularly around the middle. So what I find is that having started off with a half-day fasting, which is simply denying the body any calorific intake as a direct result of which the body has to burn its own reserves. And those reserves are stored as body fat. So a fasting, if you want to avoid the chemical way of doing things with all sorts of supplements and performance enhancing drugs, which I don't encourage because I have some experience of that, and my experience was it's too good to be true. I'm just not comfortable with it. Not comfortable at all. So I tend to keep it natural. So a full day of fasting is something that I graduate to over time, having done a few days of intermittent fasting, starting off in one intermittent fast a week, then 2 intermittent fasts twice a week, and then building up to 3, depending on your schedule, depending on your energy levels, and depending on your condition. This is useful to get the experience of it in the short term before you commit yourself to something more ambitious. But I would recommend that when you do have a full day's fast, keep it to, for example, the weekend when you're not at work, you don't have anything particularly physically stressful on. Be prepared to relax a little bit that day, perhaps go to the local park or to an art gallery or museum. Don't be burning too much energy and just monitor yourself. If you find yourself having any sort of dizzy turns or reacting badly to the food deprivation, then basically eat something. However, you'll probably be entirely successful if you do these 3 things that I'm just going to go through now for a successful full day fast. Just to rest the body, rest your constitution, give your digestion a rest, get the experience of it, the self-discipline of it, and basically shed a bit of weight. Got to plan it. Now I mentioned briefly earlier is pick your day carefully. Don't pick a busy day when you've got work commitments or somebody's birthday or you're going to a party, for example. I mean, that's pretty obvious because at a party you're going to drink alcohol, and drinking alcohol on an empty stomach is not a good idea. So pick your day carefully to be a rest day. uninterrupted with nothing much planned, and you'd have your dinner as normal the night before, and then you skip breakfast, you skip lunch, you skip afternoon snacks and all the rest of it, and you don't have anything to eat till, say, 6 p.m. the following day. You can drink plenty of fluids, and I recommend that you do. Green teas, herbal teas, coffee without milk, certainly no without sugar. When you drink, it'll help alleviate any symptoms, temporary symptoms of hunger. And it's the hunger pangs which generally drive us back to consumption. No harm in that, so long as it's the right stuff. If you are on the day of your fast and you have a crisis moment where you think, I can't go on, my stomach's really grumbling, I'm really, really hungry, I'm going to cave in, I'm going to pack it in. Try a teaspoonful of butter or olive oil, because when you consume that, being a high calorific dense consumable, you may find that it alleviates temporarily your symptoms of hunger. And it's something that I've used successfully in the past. When I've been on, say, a second full day fast in less than a week. And I've got to stress, don't do this too often. Build it up slowly, build it up gradually, and don't put yourself under too much pressure. There's a big difference between being mildly uncomfortable and being chronically uncomfortable. And through experience, we learn to know the difference. So planning it carefully, have some fresh made food on standby to break your fast at the end of the day, rather than just breaking it on chips and crisps and sweets and all the rest of it, which tends to undo the benefit of what you're trying to achieve. And be disciplined. This is why I suggest that you take a quiet day where you don't have a work schedule, you're not going out, you're not meeting people. It's a day to yourself, because in this case, it's far easier to be self-disciplined. If you really can't be self-disciplined, don't worry about it. You've just turned your full day fast into another half day fast, and there's no harm in that. But just build it up gradually, and being disciplined is something that we gain as we gather more experience from the smaller fasts leading up to the bigger fasts. And importantly at this stage is to mention, when you do a full day fast, once a month is plenty. It will make a significant difference. You'll feel lighter and fresher, and you'll feel healthier. You will feel more lively. Your energy levels will be up. And this is the reward that you give yourself for achieving your goal of intermittent fasting. Part day and then full day fasting is that we just feel better. It becomes less of an unknown experience and more of a known experience the more we do it. And the difference we have in our energy levels in particular can be quite significant. And furthermore, as a finisher in this video, another aspect is that when we are intermittent fasting and eating properly at the end of it, it helps to develop more sensible, more practical eating habits where we're not consuming on a regular basis over-processed junk foods full of sugar or excessive salt or excessive processing. And this is part of the discipline that we give ourselves, is not to be a slave to snacking. And it's part of the reward comes from that discipline. And see how you get on. Everybody can do it. As I mentioned, I've had some significant benefits, and I'm going to go over these benefits in a bit more detail in my next video, the actual personal benefits and how I felt after a full day's fast. Finally, just a thank you to my regular viewers for your patience. This is a second recording of this review, because the first one, for whatever reason, and I didn't even clock it on my recording device, it just basically stopped recording 3/4 of the way through the video, and I didn't notice when I uploaded it. Damn. Put that one down to experience. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, folks. Click subscribe, likey, bang the bell, all the rest of it, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.